I'm really proud of this one. You're looking at the TPC-DS benchmark replicated into ShadowTraffic and pointed at Kafka. Here in my terminals, I have two different Kafka topics that I'm subscribed to, seeing messages in real time. These are showing events that are sent into catalog sales and returns. And if you haven't heard of TPC-DS, this is a benchmark that was created quite a while ago. It's meant to benchmark kind of performance of databases and data warehouses that have quite a few joins in them, that have different cardinalities, different data skews about them. I replicated this in ShadowTraffic. I thought it was interesting to be able to send the data to Kafka. You can and then port the data anywhere, so it makes it a little bit more flexible. I've slowed the benchmark down significantly just so this text is actually legible. In real life, you wouldn't see the text like this. It would just be whizzing by if you opened up a console consumer. But just to make it legible, you could see the different attributes coming by that represents retail data, like I said, catalog activity. If I open up the ShadowTraffic file that supports this is a bigger project. TPC-DS is composed of 24 different tables, and so 24 different topics in our case. And we have quite a number of dimension tables and a number of fact tables. Dimension tables are data that we generate up front that we then reference later from the fact tables, or in our case, streams and topics. And the way that we bring this all together, I'm using ShadowTraffic modules to be able to kind of create fragments of data generators so I don't have to look at it all in one file. But the main thing that we use is ShadowTraffic schedule and stage functionality to create different sequences of data that's being emitted. So up front, we emit data for dates, times, income bands, and things like that, all up front, and we dole out a certain amount of data. Ditto for customer demographics, addresses, things like that. What's kind of cool about TPC-DS is that it includes something called a scale factor, and so you set the scale factor, and then the rest of your data is sized accordingly. And ShadowTraffic is faithful to that. You supply a environment variable that specifies the scale, and then all of your other topics will be sized according to that. So we set up our reference data, and then finally in the end, we generate some streaming data for store activity, catalog activity, stuff like that. If I show really quickly just one little simple generator, like I mentioned, we were looking at the catalog data set. You can see all the different lookups that are taking place here. This effectively creates joins across your reference data and your live data, if you like, and that's what makes it interesting to be able to power these downstream systems. Is you can create these lookups, you can skew the data any way you like to create however much difficulty you want on your system that's ultimately querying the data. And so yeah, this is kind of the totality of it. I'll find a way to get this online. It's a bigger project. I'll probably toss it up on GitHub, but hopefully it helps you benchmark your systems because it's a really cool thing to be able to see in practice.